Hello, welcome to my boudoir. No, it's my bedroom actually. I've moved upstairs today to share my cup of tea with you. My cats were being a bit too needy today. Some of my friends and some of my students have said that it's kind of helped a little bit for me to share my stuff and have a cup of tea with you. So if you want, go and get a cup of tea and come join me. I'm not going to be long. I just thought it would be quite nice to share maybe some of the little nuggets of wisdom that I've kind of been downloading in my practices recently. You know, we're all, things are quite heavy, but we need to, find the lightness in them, but also we need to really appreciate the darkness or learn from the darkness, if that makes any sense. So it brings to mind, which something that brought to mind today is a Sanskrit word called Vichara. So Vichara means to reason, to investigate. And I think it's something that everyone's doing just now. We're all trying to find our way. So, now's the most ideal time for us to do that. So Vichara means, it's in two parts. Chara means knowledge or logic. But V means to take apart. So it's all a bit strange, isn't it? But it's not really. So we take things apart so that we can really look at them and look at them properly. So my truth is different to your truth, and the universal truth can be different to everyone. So it's what's real for you, what is authentic for you. So really trying to get to that place of Vichara. What are we here for? I know it's a bit heavy for a Friday, but we've got our tea, it's all good. So everyone's trying to make sense of things, sense of the world, and there's nothing to solve because we don't know where we're going next, what the plan, we can't make plans. So by everything falling apart, it's actually coming together, because what we have inside us, our unique self, maybe you call it your jiva, it's something that we all have, that unique spark or individuality, so it's about finding that. So I can come back to speaking about the Bhagavad Gita, one of the most famous yoga texts, and it's as I've said before, it's a handbook for life, really, how to live your life. That's quite handy. I can highly recommend reading or reading translations on it. It really helps, and it would be really supportive for everyone to get their hands on the Bhagavad Gita. But it doesn't take place, in heaven, tells you, give you lots of religious things that's going to confuse you even more. It takes place on the battlefield. So it's a metaphor. And where we are just now, we're really on the battlefield of life. So what do we have to figure out, what are our choices? There's a lot of people figuring out, do they have to give up their business and go elsewhere, change their things, or what do you need to do? So by doing that, we need to find ourselves. We need to put something into action or choose not to act. The way I've been doing, I've been sitting with things, thinking, where am I going? What am I going to do? I'm starting to get there, but I'm going to share that with you as well. Don't worry, it's all good. So the Bhagavad Gita speaks about skill in action, and it's about sitting in the eye of the storm, as I've said before, and it's about learning not to react, not let the storm take you. But it's choosing when to act, and if you're going to act, and how to act accordingly. Sometimes the choice or the best decision is to not act at all. And that's acting, in a way. But the reason that we do yoga, so this comes back down to yoga, is to have a clear mind. It's not to get really strong muscles, good abs, and, or for when you speak to guys, for them to go, hey, you must be flexible. Oh, anyway, so it's to have a clear mind so that when you're not doing yoga, something happens and you know what to do. And this is where I so grateful in my art for yoga, because as well as the coronavirus and lots of other things, I was told I probably have melanoma. I've had an operation. I'm still waiting for results. So my goodness, thank goodness for yoga to give me faith, and so I can really put my practices, especially practice Abhinisha, which is one of the kleshas, the obstacles to enlightenment, fear of annihilation or fear of death. So as human beings, we all have that. So kind of learning to transmute that and accepting things as what they are. We don't have any control over that. We just have to do the best we can. So I've been eating healthily, meditating, trying to do the right thing, and being around, well, not being around anyone actually, but being around other people in a energetic way by speaking to people, video call, messaging, and just interacting and having fun. If you want to have lots of fun, I advise you to dress up in a silly outfit and go onto my YouTube channel and do my children's superhero class that I did yesterday. I had so much fun doing it. I made such a fool of myself, but you know what? It made me laugh. And I've a lot of my friends who don't have children have recently done it, and they had a great time too. So if you want, do that, but also work with where are you. So by doing breathing, yoga doesn't necessarily have to be doing a really strong yoga practice. It doesn't necessarily have to be loads and loads and loads of meditation, but I would advise you to do a little bit every day, as opposed to doing a big chunk of one big strong practice and one meditation a week. Do a little bit every week or every day. A little daily practice will really allow you to connect. And yoga is different to everyone, but finding that something that helps you to still your mind and connect to yourself, so then you can act with harmony. And then we can try and find our Dharma, our purpose, the reason we are here. What is, they say that we shouldn't perform, it's better to perform your own Dharma badly than it is to perform someone else's greatly. Just because becoming a banker is going to earn you lots more money, or is it in this day and age? I'm not too sure. And learning how to do it and do it well, are you going to be happy? Are you going to really work with that inherent spark, that USP that you've been born to do? No, I don't know. I don't think you will. So this time that we have on lockdown, or whatever you're doing, use it to figure out what are your talents. When you were a kid, when you were a child, what really sparked you, and what gave you that pleasure, joy? What have you not had time for doing that really allows you to connect to who you really are? My dad called me. He doesn't call me very often. I don't really hear much from my father. We're not that close, but he called me the other day, and I do think maybe his heart was in the right place by calling me to tell me to ask how I was, because I've had this operation. And I think he was trying to be helpful by saying, have you thought about going and working in the supermarket? Because he knows that I'm self-employed, and just now I can't teach. I can try and do the online thing to earn money. It's, as I've said before, it's not working for me just now. I'm going to wait and sit in the eye of the storm. But I think his heart was in the right place. But being really, I think it'd be great to work in a supermarket if that's your Dharma. And we all need supermarket workers just now. They are frontline workers. They're putting their health at risk, and I really, really appreciate everyone. But I really appreciate the frontline workers. So it's just, I've studied, I've practiced, I've worked really hard to do what I do. and it still brings me joy and pleasure. So to give all of that up to just earn money, and so that's the supermarket work. It was nothing to do with the supermarket. It was about going to do a job just to get some money. I'm sitting with it. I need to figure out how I'm going to earn money, but that isn't my biggest thing right now. It will be when I can't find food in the cupboards, but just now, So I'm not going to rant and rave or go on and on. I'm just going to say that I realised after I spoke to him, I came away thinking, okay, I'm not going to feel that wasn't him being bad to me. He just doesn't get me, and that's okay. And he was trying to help, but it really made me feel that what I'm doing or what I want to do, share my experience. I'm not saying that I know lots or know it all. We all have knowledge, we all have experience, but how can we apply it to help others? And I feel that some of the stuff that's going on for me, some of my practices, they're really helping in this time, and I really want to share. And I really miss connecting with my friends and my students and having cups of tea with them. So I thought, while this is going on, let's just share some chats. So I'm not going to blather on anymore. Just giving you something to think about. Vichara, trying to find a reason, try and find your Dharma, sit in the eye of the storm. What really makes your heart lift and lighten? Yeah? So I'm going to do some practices and share them on you soon. And that may help you still the fluctuations of the mind stuff and help you try and find that spark, that USP, because I know that I'm a little bit confused. We're all confused. We're all, this day, not a day goes by where we have a day where we feel for others, or we worry for how we're going to provide for our loved ones and ourselves. And that's not selfish to worry in that way too, because you have to practice self-care in these times too. So allow that, what I'm saying. I know that I come out with some outrageous things sometimes, and I think it's best to be yourself. And I'm going to stop blathering. Have a lovely day, the best you can, and try and find your smile. And if you can't, that's okay. I'll send you a virtual hug. Or in Scotland, we call it a bosie. If you're not in Scotland and you're not Scottish, okay? Lots of love. Bye-bye.